Today's headline story is a pretty significant one. AstraZeneca have been forced to admit that their product did, perhaps has always caused blood clots. It's been admitted publicly. It's unavoidable. It's evident. It's obvious. And it's pretty astonishing for us to have to confront that reality. AstraZeneca, as a result of the legal acknowledgement that their product causes blood clots, in very rare cases, have been forced to globally withdraw it. Now, I want you to look at this because this is an extraordinarily revelatory piece of propaganda. This shows you how, when a global organization, remember, AstraZeneca is worth $75 billion, is one of the biggest companies in my country, the United Kingdom. You may run the world now, but we got the accent still. We still got the accent. $75 billion it's worth. AstraZeneca have clearly been forced to acknowledge legally, in a legal context, that their product, in rare cases, very rare cases, causes blood clots. Notice how they handle what amounts to a press release in the Telegraph. That's a British legacy media organisation. Notice how they're able to frame this information in the most favourable manner conceivable. Almost as if, by the end of it, you think, I like AstraZeneca, and those people that got blood clots kind of deserved it. Have a look at this. The Oxford AstraZeneca COVID vaccine is being withdrawn worldwide months after the pharmaceutical giant admitted for the first time in court documents that it can cause rare and dangerous side effects. Or it says here, rare and dangerous side effects. So it's emphasized the word rare and it's used the singular to describe the nature of adverse events. Let me know how that tallies with your experiences of vaccines in the chat, guys. Remember, it was Bobby Kennedy who recently said 25% of Americans believe that they know someone who's died as a result of taking the vaccines. That's a belief. That doesn't mean it's an absolute fact, but it's, it doesn't sound like a very rare side effect, does it?
There's 25% of Americans who believe that they know somebody who was killed by a COVID vaccine.
AstraZeneca said the vaccine was being removed from markets for commercial reasons. It's just commercial reasons. Well, what's the commercial reason? Well, when you sell a product that people, they stop liking it and buying it. It said the vaccine was no longer being manufactured or supplied, having been superseded by updated vaccines that tackle new variants. What it is, we're only withdrawing this vaccine not because we've admitted in court documents that it causes side effects. No, because we've got even better vaccines now. Why aren't you taking them, by the way? What do you know what we don't know? Vaxzevria, which sounds like a baddie in a Marvel movie and fundamentally acts like one, has come under intense scrutiny in recent months over a very rare side effect which causes blood clots. Very rare, again, very rare. It's very rare. We just want to stress it's very, very rare, which causes blood clots and low blood platelet counts. AstraZeneca admitted in court documents lodged with the High Court in February that the vaccine can, in very, very... You're not getting the message. This is so rare. Oh, it's so rare. If you have one, put it in a zoo. It's like a giant panda. If you could find 2 people with AstraZeneca vaccine injuries, if you could get them to breed, you could sell them to zoos around the world. They're like the Loch Ness monster of injuries. Well, definitely then there won't be people registering adverse events all over the world. There certainly won't be an explosion in excess deaths so significant that insurance companies have had to alter their premiums to accommodate the extraordinary number of people dying that aren't supposed to, or at least predicted to be at risk of dying. Vaxzevria. It can, in rare cases, cause, I would love that spelled out, thrombocytopenia syndrome. Let's have a look at the next page. But AstraZeneca has insisted the decision to withdraw the vaccine is not linked to the court case or its admission that it can cause TTS. It said the timing was pure coincidence. Pure coincidence. Well, over here, we've been forced to legally admit that our product does in very rare cases. It's like a hummingbird landing on your finger. In very rare cases, it does kill people. It's a pure coincidence. That's what it is, a pure coincidence. It's the only thing about their product that is pure, is a pure coincidence, a unique new strain of coincidence, a coincidence as if from the heavens, a coincidence bubbling up from a brook. In a statement, the company said, "We are incredibly proud of the role Vaxzevria played in ending the global pandemic." Are you? According to independent estimates, I'd like to query the phrase independent estimates, over 6.5 million million lives were saved in the first year of use alone. 6.5 million. Well, that's extraordinary, because if it saved that many lives, I wonder why there are so many excess deaths, because you would have to counter the deaths that have subsequently been happening against the 6.5 million people that are apparently alive now that wouldn't be alive. Maybe these people are people that benefit from blood clots in some way, like superheroes, I suppose. I'm Blood Clot Man. What's your special power? Hemorrhaging. Millions were saved in the first year of use alone. Over 3 billion doses were supplied globally. It's very rare. Our efforts have been recognised by governments around the world and are widely regarded as being a critical component of ending the global pandemic. Recognised by governments around the world. Are you beginning to understand how I am beginning to understand that there are a nexus of power interests that include the media, governments, private corporations that act in cohesion with one another to create almost impenetrable realities? And if you happen to be one of the people, those very rare people who got blood clots, you better be able to afford the legal bills. You better be willing to withstand their shaming. I mean, do you remember, for example, that Justin Trudeau went out of his way to say that you should take AstraZeneca? Do you remember that moment? Do you remember that he had no hesitation in publicly stating that if all you're offered is AstraZeneca, you better take your medicine like my mama takes on Fidel?
For the Prime Minister, if you could just please talk to me about the AstraZeneca vaccine. We're hearing about people showing up to their appointments in Montreal. When they hear it's AstraZeneca, they don't want to get it. What's your message to people who are worried about getting this vaccine?
Health Canada and our experts and scientists have spent an awful lot of time making sure that every vaccine approved in Canada is both safe and effective.
Safe and effective. Do you remember how many times you heard that? Do you remember how many times your reluctance, your hesitancy, your circumspection, your individual freedom, your bodily autonomy, your ability to make choices for yourself, your perfectly natural conjecture that there'd been no time to trial over a decent time frame the efficacy and side effects of these vaccines were all seen as a kind of heresy, as a kind of opposition to a religious dogma suddenly concocted, the main liturgical requirement of which was your obedience, your compliance. Do you think that's a coincidence? Do you think that your compliance and obedience is just another adverse side effect, a side effect at all? Or is it the main event? Are they trying to create a culture of obedient, docile, supine citizens that do not question, that take their medicine and shut our mouths? We can't continue to bring you this beautiful content without the support of our partners. The Wellness Company are some of my favourite partners. Will your doctor even prescribe you ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine? Hey, I did it. The Wellness Company's prescription contagion emergency kit is unique, providing carefully selected effective medications for COVID-19 and respiratory illnesses. Ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, which some people call HCQ, don't know why, Z-Pak, and butanide, along with a nebulizer and guidebook for safe use. Do not muck around with a nebulizer. This is, of course, backed by research and endorsed by experts, specifically Dr. Peter McCulloch and Dr. Harvey Rich, both friends of the show. Avoid the chaos, wait times, and price of the hospital. Get the entire kit for the cost of a single doctor's visit. This is only available in the USA. Every American home should have one of these, don't you think? Visit twc.health/brand and use our code BRAND to save $30 plus get free shipping on your contagion kit. Okay, back to the content.
Therefore, the best vaccine for you to take is the very first one that is offered to you. That is how we get through this as quickly as possible and as safely as possible.
The very first vaccine. Vaccines, get your vaccines, just snatch them off the floor. Extraordinary, wasn't it, that these vaccines where you should just take the first one available to you were not made available in the continent of Africa, and they did not grant licenses for their manufacture in that continent because, you know, people in Africa wouldn't be able to manage it, almost as if there was some kind of profit motive, and perhaps motives even more nefarious than that. We certainly now know that dual purpose research is at least part of the history of the advent and invention of these curious products which many people believe don't even warrant the use of the word vaccine. Look how far behind you the legacy media are. The reason that they're far behind you is because they are reaching out to grab you, to smother you, to shut you down and prevent your awakening and your advance. It's not a coincidence. As multiple variant COVID-19 COVID-19 vaccines have since been developed, there is a surplus of available updated vaccines. So that's why we're doing this. This has led to a decline in demand for Vaxzevria, which is no longer being manufactured or supplied. AstraZeneca has therefore taken the decision to initiate withdrawal of the marketing authorizations for Vaxzevria within Europe. We will now work with regulators, who we also fund, and our partners, who are the same people as the regulators, to align on a clear path forward to conclude this chapter and significant contribution to the COVID-19 pandemic. Almost Churchillian now in their statesmanly approach to this issue. Remember, notice how the media partner them in the constant reiteration of the words, very rare, very rare. You're almost lucky to have been vaccine injured. Oh, you lucky, lucky bastard. What wouldn't I give to be vaccine injured? I sometimes lie here in bed at night with my myocarditis, thanking my lucky stars. The UK government largely stopped using the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine by the autumn of 2021, by which time it supplied about 50 million doses in the UK. It was replaced in the UK with Pfizer. Okay, remember their legal indemnity. Moderna, many people that work at Moderna now that previously worked for the UK government, in time for the winter booster campaign at the end of 2021. AstraZeneca has always insisted that patient safety is our highest priority. Thanks for that. Patient safety is their highest priority. Everything else is after that. They arrive at AstraZeneca every morning. Are the patients safe? Are the patients safe? Make sure that you can ensure that none of this information gets out there. The company has said, from the body of evidence in clinical trials and real-world data, the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine has continuously been shown to have an acceptable safety profile, and regulators around the world consistently state that the benefits of vaccination outweigh the risks of extremely rare. Can we just say again, this is extremely rare. Do you want to play extremely rare bingo? Do you want to take a drink every time they remind you that it's extremely rare and end up like Mickey Rourke, lost and alone somewhere in some extremely rare rehab because of the constant bombardment of the term? But there's a human side to this. Unfortunately, Kate Scott, whose husband Jamie was left with permanent brain injury after having the vaccine, and who was the first person in the UK to bring a legal action, said AstraZeneca's COVID vaccine no longer being used in the UK or Europe, and soon the rest of the world, means no one else will suffer from this awful adverse reaction. Kate, I know that your husband's had this terrible brain injury, but could you just say very rare a couple of times? Well, it's not rare in our house. It's 100%. Yeah, I know, but it's just good for the article if you'd say very rare. Very rare. How often, Kate, is it that you see the Loch Ness Monster? Very rare. Right, just cut the first bit and the bit after. We'll use that. Very rare. They say it's for commercial reasons, but maybe it's because it can no longer be seen as being within the acceptable safety parameters. Let me know in the chat. Is it for commercial reasons, or is it because it's no longer within the acceptable safety parameters? Families whose loved ones died after taking the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine have abandoned attempts to sue the pharmaceutical giant after being told that they were likely to use. Remember that the UK government are undergirding AstraZeneca's legal fees and payouts themselves with your taxpayer dollar, or in our case, pounds. You pay for the vaccine, you pay for the indemnity, you pay for the court cases when the product kills people. Do you see now the system? Now, why don't you get on and vote for one of these two globalists and shut your mouth? Families have pulled out of the High Court case after being told that they'll be unlikely to succeed with their claims because a leaflet issued at the height of the pandemic warned of a rare side effect associated with the vaccine. So when Kate Scott comforts her children at night because their father has a brain injury, or when the many broken families left in grief, bereavement and giddiness because of deaths caused by this product seek to console each other, remember the leaflet. Remember the leaflet. Do you see, another tenet of the bureaucracy we live within is, as long as they've warned you, as long as you sign something, as long as they have indemnity, there's no requirement for honesty. There's no requirement for decency. There's no requirement for integrity or transparency or clarity. And perhaps when you're grieving or weeping, you can use that leaflet to wipe away your tears and the tears of the children left behind by these irresponsible deaths that were known about prior to action being taken. But you did get a leaflet, though. You did get a leaflet. Legal experts believe that this could potentially protect the pharmaceutical firm against cases brought by families whose relatives were given a dose supplied after April the 7th, 2021. Well, let's face it, that's the actual reason that all of that happened. The Health Secretary orders vaccine compensation scheme review as claims soar. Oh look, the government step in to protect corporations. How astonishing. The UK Health Secretary has ordered a review of the vaccine compensation scheme after a surge in claims following the pandemic. Do you ever remember seeing on social media they're going to have legal hell to pay when the chickens come home to roost? Do you remember that? Do you remember those conversations? Do you remember that those conversations were censored and shut down? Do you remember that people were banned and shadow banned? Do you remember that Moderna and Pfizer spent money to track independent journalists and pundits that were speaking about all of this? And now Victoria Atkins has asked officials in her department to draw up options for reforming the vaccine damage payment scheme, which campaigners have said is no longer fit for purpose. It comes amid concern that the scheme is struggling to cope after becoming overwhelmed by a huge volume of claims from those suffering side effects after COVID vaccines. But those people are hysterical. Those people should be shamed.
When it comes to this and the vaccine, saying, oh, you can't shame them, you can't call them stupid, you can't call them silly. Yes, they are.
Those people are out of their minds. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.